Imagine a coin so modest in denomination, yet so immense in the stories it carries. Picture a piece barely larger than a fingertip, weighing a mere 2.5 grams, its surface copper-nickel cool to your touch, a faint metallic gleam hinting at decades of handling. This is a 5 Halala coin from Saudi Arabia, struck in the Hijri year 1400, corresponding to 1979 to 1980 in the Gregorian calendar. Its edges, precisely reeded, frame a subtle masterpiece, and its design, crossed swords topped by a palm tree on one side, inscriptions of value and date on the other, is unassuming to casual eyes yet brimming with significance. In your palm, light reflecting off its surfaces reveals centuries of economic shifts, cultural flourishes, and royal reigns frozen in metal. This coin is catalogued as KM53, part of a series minted under King Khalid's rule, produced in the late 1970s, a period of transition and expansion in Saudi Arabia. It sits among millions struck, but for collectors and history lovers, each one is a portal to a pivotal era in the kingdom's story. Numis, Coins Book. Feel the ridges beneath your fingertips as your hand scans the obverse. The crossed swords and palm tree are iconic symbols, silent guardians of the nation's identity, surrounded by the king's title and ornamental motifs that evoke both restraint and authority. Around the rim, delicate plant decorations whisper of tradition and heritage. On the reverse, a bold numeral 5 stands at center, flanked by delicate Arabic script proclaiming, and the English 5 halalas beneath, each letter a testament to dual worlds merging. Local tradition and global recognition. Saudi Central Bank. Currency Wiki. At first glance, someone might dismiss it, just a small, low-denomination coin. But to you, it tells a layered narrative. It was minted in a time when Saudi Arabia was navigating rapid modernization, yet holding fast to its religious and historical roots. The script, the symbolism, even the choice of copper-nickel, the coin's material speaks of budgetary pragmatism and design choices born of a nation in transformation. Explore its catalog listing and you'll find precise measurements: 2.5000 G, 19.5 millimeters in diameter, its dimensions consistent with other denominations of its time, its weight reminding you of the compactness of its world. Its quote value is modest. The most pristine specimen might fetch just around $1 in XF or MS grades. Yet that modesty hides its intrinsic fascination. Numis, NGC, World Coins Info. Diving deeper into its historical context, you recognize that between 1976 and 1980, the coinage belonged to King Khalid's reign, following the earlier era of King Faisal and preceding King Fahd. That stable period saw modernization of printing facilities, the expansion of minting capacities, and the widening use of coinage in everyday commerce. A reflection of a burgeoning economy, fueled by oil wealth, yet carefully structured around tradition. You imagine the scenes: everyday transactions in late 1970s Riyadh, groceries, tea, small purchases, all made possible with coins like this one. It passed through countless hands, jingling in pockets, exchanged in markets near the Grand Mosque in Mecca, maybe carried overseas by pilgrims or travelers. Maybe it sat forgotten in the depths of a wallet, or later found its way into a collector's album, admired for its simplicity, or its connection to a bygone era. Though many were minted, millions in fact, only a fraction remain in collectors' hands today. The mint's production numbers are impressive. While earlier coins like the 1972, H1392, issues numbered over 100 million, this 1400 issue still boasts tens of millions minted, a testament to its wide circulation. Last dodo, Numis, World Coins Info. Collectors know that condition matters. A well-preserved coin, unscathed by wear, retains the integrity of its detail. Crisp swords, legible inscriptions, and firm reading. Those in uncirculated condition, graded as MS60 or higher, might command a premium, although even then, its value seldom exceeds a couple of dollars. Yet to numismatists, the value lies in its representation of a specific moment, cultural identity cast into metal. You think of coins as time capsules, tiny, silent carriers of political shifts and visual culture. This piece, modest though its face value may seem, is intrinsically valuable, not for its metal content, which is negligible, but for its representation of a kingdom in evolution. The copper nickel doesn't elevate its intrinsic worth, yet its design and context elevate its meaning. Imagine now that this coin, grasped gently, becomes a stage prop in a narrative, your narrative. The camera closes in on the gleaming surface, then pans to your hand holding it, voice lowering to a whisper as you recount the era, the symbolism, the craftsmanship. You describe how coins like this serve as touchpoints for understanding a nation's journey, from the desert kingdoms to a modern state forging global relationships. In your narrative script, you weave in subtle anecdotes, perhaps a collector's tale of finding one in a pile of mixed coins, surprised by its 1400 date, which translates to 1979 to 1980, late enough to be modern yet old enough to spark curiosity. Like one enthusiast on a coins forum who discovered the date and exclaimed how learning its provenance broadened their appreciation of Saudi numismatic history. Reddit, +1. Or another user who found a coin dated 1392, 1972, noted the portrait of King Faisal and connected that to larger geopolitical events of his rule. They marveled how a small piece of metal becomes a reflection of time, politics, faith,